What up, everyone? So we've got a brand new block here. It's not a new block, but new to the channel. I've never tried it before. As I mentioned, still going through December's boxes because they're still showing up halfway through January. Nerd Block ships things really late, and I'm trying all the Nerd Blocks from the company in 1 month. So you guys can see, because so many companies offer so many boxes, you can see what's at least best from that company, if you like that company. Now here's a box that I've been pretty anti for a long time, and that's Shirt Block. A lot of people have asked me to review it, and I've refused to because I've never been a big fan of Shirt Punch, to be quite honest. The shirts that come in the boxes are okay, but I've never been a huge fan of them, and I really don't need more shirts. As you guys saw in my collection video, I have like 2,000 of them, so I've never been a big fan, but they did their Black Friday thing where boxes were half price, so I'm like, fuck it, why not? And also, I want to bring up a few points that I want to talk about shirts that I'm sure you guys would like to know about, so I thought that this would be a good opportunity. So we will get into this box. This is an expensive box, by the way. This ends up being $40. It's their most expensive box, which is weird, by the way. But they say it offers $100 or over $100 in value. And to that I say, bullshit. There's no way they're giving $100 for the shirts. They're valuing their shit way too high. They think this is $100. So I call bullshit. Before I even look in there, I'm calling bullshit. I'll believe there's more than $100 in here when monkeys fly out of my ass. Which would be really gross to see now that I think of it, but amazing nonetheless. Anyway, so I'm sure a lot of you have wondered, I brought it up a long time ago, why I always value shirts exactly the same. I give shirts the exact same value on every video I do, whereas everything else in the box gets different values. And there is a reason for that. I'm not just being lazy. And the reason for that, and the part that really sucks about it, but it's not my fault, is that shirts don't get value based on quality. Which sounds so crazy. It's so ass backwards, which is what it should be. Some of them do, but it's not based on the quality. It's based on the company that sells it, the distributor, what they charge for it. Now, typically, you'd like to think like higher price, higher quality. You would hope that's how it is, but it's not always the case. And the same thing, you would think lower price, lower quality, but that's also not the case. It would be great if we all lived in this magical world where things made sense, but they don't. And that's why they get the same value. Because it depends on where you buy them. If you go to Target, t-shirts are $12.99. Doesn't matter what it is. If you go to Walmart, they're $7.50. If you go to Hot Topic, they're about $20. And it doesn't matter what's on it. It doesn't matter what's on the shirt, whether it's Marvel or DC, a logo, a character, full body, half body, just a side pin thing. It doesn't matter the distributor of it, doesn't matter the size, doesn't matter the quality, the material. All shirts from those businesses are going to cost right about the same price. And you'd think they'd all be in the same quality. Hot Topic, for example. I got this shirt there, and I love this shirt. It fits perfectly. It's from a very nice company called We Love Fine. One of my favorite t-shirt companies because they're always nice quality, they're always fitted, and they fit very well. I can always count on them for good size quality. But for the same price at Hot Topic for similar Spider-Man shirts, I would get a different shirt that fits like shit, where the sleeves are all out of place and it's really scratchy and itchy and thick, and it's like, what the hell? Like, why am I not getting better quality by paying more? So unfortunately, that's the downside of t-shirts. I wish it were like that. I wish it were based on design and quality and things like that, because I'm willing to pay a little bit more for quality, but it just doesn't happen that way. It just doesn't work. Companies will charge more and not give better quality, which kind of sucks. So I kind of meshed all those together, because Walmart, you can get them $7.50 and Hot Topic's $20, so I kind of found just like a median in there. Like, you can usually find them cheaper, sometimes not, it just depends, but that's why I give them all the $12 to $15 value. But that's also why I give a separate score, because I do want to score the shirt regardless of the price, because they're unrelated, unfortunately. So that's a quick explanation of that. That also brings me to my next point. I realized that I've been rating my shirts as soon as I pull them out of the box. And I basically, if you've noticed, my ratings for shirts have been all about the same. They've all been in that $7 to $8 range. And that's because I'm only judging it based on the design that's on there. I haven't been lately, which I should have been doing, but I just kind of lost track of it, actually judging it based on quality and fit and texture and things like that. So I'm not going to give scores right when I pull shirts out of the box anymore. I'm going to wait till after the break when I do my value of everything else and actually try shirts on, which I should have been doing all along, and give it a more comprehensive score. So that'll help you guys out a little more, trying to find better shirt quality. I used to do that a long time ago. I used to always try shirts on, but that's before I was doing live unboxing, so I kind of lost track of that. So I'm going to start doing that as of right now. So after that long spiel, I hope that makes sense. So that I wanted to bring the note because that's what I'll be valuing these shirts at. So they'll probably all get the same value roughly. And then I'll try my best to give them individual scores by trying them on and things like that. So without further ado, let's get into this box. And I actually went on the Shirt Punch website, and they actually have some pretty cool shit on there. But the funny thing is, we just don't get them in boxes. They just don't put the cool designs in boxes. And they also offer tank tops on there, which I would totally be into. If I could choose tank tops, I would get this box all the time. But you can't, which again is weird. But I like them, but I also live in Southern California, so. Alright. Bunch of shirts. Here we go. So our first shirt. And I always get the fitted ones, so these should all be fitted, ring spun, fitted, blah, blah. Yeah, it should be. Let's take a look at the first one. It's all wrinkly. Romano versus the World. Alright, so this looks on a play on Scott Pilgrim, obviously, but I don't get the reference. I'm guessing it's an anime reference, Ramona. Or maybe is that the character from Scott Pilgrim? Was her name Ramona? I'm going to have to look at the card for that. Anyway, this is obviously a reference to Scott Pilgrim. I'm not sure if it's a crossover or not, though, because that looks like the Scott Pilgrim character in the background. I'm not sure what it's either crossing over or referencing to, so I'll have to look at that. So that's cool. I still like the design, though, and hopefully that fits well. Next. Alright. Looks like we got a classic Hulk shirt. And this looks like a cover of one of the comics. So this is cool. I like this. There's just not a lot of design quality to it. I don't mind it when it's just a cover of a comic, but there's just no design to it. They just literally copy the cover of a comic and paste it on it. It's still cool, but I've never been a big fan of shirts where it's just like a big square in the middle. It always just looks kind of awkward on your body. So I wish they would have just like taken the figure and maybe spread out the print a little on the back. I still like the shirt, but they should put a little more design quality into that. Alrighty. Next. This one. Westworld Corp. So I recognize this logo. Where have I seen this from? Damn it. Oh, this is going to bug me. I've seen this specifically somewhere else, and I can't remember what it's from. These violent delights have violent ends. Damn it. Oh, see, this is the thing about the Shirt Punch. You can't even pick like a specific genre. I know I've seen that before, and I can't put my finger on it. Oi, looking stupid not knowing what these designs are. But again, that one's the same thing, where it's just like the design quality of the picture on there, it's just not that in depth. It's just kind of that logo from whatever it's from. I'll remember in a minute, probably as soon as I look at the card. But yeah, there's just not that much design in there. Alright, moving right along. Alright, I recognize this. And this is from The Legend of Zelda, Link's Mighty Sword. So this is pretty cool. This one has some decent design quality to it. So it's got the sword, obviously, from the game. And it's got the little Triforce. And then it just has some cool designs in the background. I like that. This is more what I like. It's a definitely cool style. It has some design quality to it. And has an obvious reference. So I like that. Pretty good. And it looks like we just got one more. Alrighty. And then this looks like it's from Battleship. And this looks like, if I'm not mistaken, the original cover to the video game. Or it might have been the board game too, because I remember I had the Game Boy version of it, and I'm pretty sure it had that same one. That's why it's got that like two-tone, that like reddish and gray tone that was like on Game Boy. So I remember it had that same thing. It might have been on the Game Board too. I totally don't remember. I thought the Game Board one was more in color. I'm pretty sure that might be from the video game. But that's pretty cool too. So that's pretty much it. There we go. We get 5 shirts. And that's it. So nothing super exciting about this box. It's just shirts. So if that's what you want, cool. But you're also taking a gamble because, like I said, you don't know what's going to show up. Shirt Punch has such a wide variety. I would always prefer like comic book style stuff. That's obviously my style. Maybe a little bit on video games here and there, but not too much. And less, pretty much nothing of any other genre, because that's mostly what I like. So that's where it becomes a problem, because you may get things that they're probably giving away stuff that's not selling well on their website. I've seen some of the previous boxes, and they have put shirts that they have put in other boxes, like Nerd Block. That's why I kind of want to avoid this, because I don't want duplicate shirts. That's a big no-no for me. So this month, from what I can tell, they didn't, but one of these might have ended up in another box I'm just not aware of, but it wasn't a duplicate to me, so I guess that's okay. But some of the other shirt designs in the past looked a lot better than this one. I'm honestly not too impressed with this month. I thought they would do a little bit better, but again, this is Nerd Block's way of getting rid of stock. If something doesn't sell well, they'll just shove a shirt in there and then just get rid of stock that they have. That's what they're good at doing, and that kind of seems like what they did. So I'll take a short little break, and I'll look at these shirts a little more in detail, try them on a little bit, and then we'll come back, talk about some value and some shirt rating, and give the box a final rating. So we'll see you soon. Alright, we are back. So let's talk about these shirts. First, the Scott Pilgrim shirt. So I was right, it is Ramona from the actual comics. It's not a crossover at all. It's just a different take on the basic logo of Scott Pilgrim, just putting Ramona in there, who was the co-star, I guess you could say, of that comic series and of that movie, instead of Scott Pilgrim. So that's cool. And it's actually from a different company. This is from Coinbox Tees. So I think this is really cool, actually, that they're actually reaching out and getting other companies and making them have like a guest appearance in the box. I actually think it's a really good idea. So you're not getting all of one company. So that's really cool. And they actually give a little description on there, which I thought was cool as well. So they talk about the company, and they talk about the designer, and actually the artist, what the inspiration was. I really like that. I think that's a really good idea, so I very much appreciate that. So I'm going to give these shirts, I probably should start with this, these shirts individual ratings. Just so you know, I tested these shirts out, quality, size, fit, and everything like that, and they were all the same. They're all roughly from the same company, and even the one that wasn't was printed on the same style of shirt. And quality-wise, they all get around a 6 or a 7 just based on the quality and fit. So keep that in mind, because that score is factored into the overall score of the shirt. So this shirt alone, I'm giving this one a 7.5. I think Scott Pilgrim was a really cool series. I think it's, for the most part, pretty recognizable. And Ramona is a cool character. I think it's a different take on it. It's a cool spin. So it has some good design quality. They didn't steal the design or anything like that. They actually designed it themselves, and they did a good job. And it was a decent fit. So 7.5 on that. I think it's good. Next, our Hulk shirt. So same on quality. Overall, I'm going to give this shirt a 6 out of 10. Because it was a cool shirt. I like it. But it was just not, there's just not much design quality. Like I was saying before, they just took the cover and then put it on there. And they kind of like did a little like fray on the edges and then gave it some kind of comic book marks where it looks like it's a little wrinkled. So it gave it that illusion, which is a little bit of design quality. But like I said, it's just too plain where it's just like the solid block. I wish they would have just spread it out a little more or did a little variation. There's just not that much design in it, but it's still a good shirt. So overall, 6 out of 10. Next, the Westworld shirt. So I thought I recognized this from a very long time ago. Apparently, I was not aware of this. This is a TV show now on HBO. The original Westworld, the one I know, was back a long time ago, 80s or something like that. It was a Michael Crichton book that was turned into a movie, so I remember that. So apparently this is a show on HBO, and from what I was reading, it looks like it's a very good show. It's doing rather well, so I was just unaware of that because I just don't watch TV that much. But it looks like a pretty legit show. But other than that, just based on the quality of this shirt, not very impressed with it. Overall, just because Westworld, I'm sure, is a very popular show, but I don't think everyone would recognize it. I don't think it's big enough to where random people would want to wear this shirt. I'm sure it's a very cool show, and I'm sure lots of people like it, but is it really that big where it's like anyone would recognize this and anyone would want to wear this shirt around? Also, and even if it was, the design quality is just not that great. They literally just slap the logo on there and then that's it. Like, there's no design quality to it. It's not interesting. There's nothing interesting about it. I feel like anyone could print this shirt up. Like, I feel like this is a shirt you would find at Walmart for $7. So for that reason, I'm only going to give it a 4 out of 10 because the quality is decent, but the shirt design is just boring. There's just not that much to it. It's not interesting, and it's referencing a very specific show, which is current, which I'm sure is great, but I didn't recognize it, so I'm sure there are at least a few people out there that wouldn't recognize it either. So that's why that got a low score. I'm just not an interesting shirt. It's not something I would want to wear, and I don't think too many other people would want it. I'm sure there are some out there, but not for everyone. Then, our Link shirt. I like this one. Good design quality, good fit. The only gripe I would say about this is I would have probably not picked such a vibrant color. I'm fine with colored shirts, but this is a mistake like most of the boxes make and most of these shirt companies make. Whenever they change it to a color, it's just like bright and beaming. Like, look at this gnarly blue. Like, I'm fine with shirt colors, but it's just too weird to wear something that bright and colorful out. I'm fine with blue, but go with a more subtle blue. Go with kind of like maybe a sky blue or maybe like a gray blue, where it's still blue, it's still a color, but it's not like blinding you and you don't like stand out in a crowd by wearing this fucking gnarly blue shirt. Same with the red shirt. It's just like red shirts are fine, but that's really red. And I think that's a mistake they make. I realize they want to create variation. They don't want to make all black and gray shirts. I totally get that. But they got to make it a little more color scale. And I think part of the problem is they're printing it on Gildan shirts. And I think Gildan just doesn't offer that many colors. And if it is an off color, they do charge more for those blank shirts. So I think part of it is just a value thing. It's cheaper to just get the basic 7-color rainbow, super bright color. And it's a little hard to get the colors in between. It costs a little more. Which it shows the cheaper design quality of it. So I wish they would alter the color just a little bit. Other than that, I still think it's really cool. I think it's a really cool design. It's obviously they didn't steal this from somewhere. They kind of had to do some design quality of their own. They got this whole paint splatter effect on it. And it is a basic square, so I don't like that either. But overall, very good. So I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. I think this is a really cool shirt. And lastly, our Battleship shirt. So I think this is cool. And I actually didn't find out if it was from the game or what it was from. I'm pretty sure it's from one of the video games. But I think that's a decent shirt. Battleship, something that everyone knows what it is. Everyone's played it. And they did make a movie. So it's a reference that pretty much everyone will notice. And it's a cool shirt. It's decent. I like the style of it. So I'll give that a 7 out of 10. There's not a ton of design quality on it. I'm pretty sure they copied that design either from the game, board game, or from one of the video games. So there wasn't much design to it. But it's still a cool reference and it's still a cool shirt. So I think that deserves a 7 out of 10. So those are the scores on the individual shirts. Now let's talk value. I always give a $12 to $15 value, and it's always just a rough value. It's kind of hard to do it, because honestly, most of the shirts that I buy, I get for around $10, and cheap, on the cheap end, I get a lot of them for like 4 or 5 of really good quality, but that's just because I know how to wheel and deal. So honestly, a lot of times I want to value them just at 10. I'm just in the habit because some of them are popular and some of them do go up, so 12 to 15 is what I've been valuing the shirts at, so that's what I'll keep it at. It's only $1 or $2 difference from maybe what the actual value is. And at the end of the day, I just want to keep it consistent. Shirts should be all valued the same because that's kind of how it is. So I'm always going to try and keep it at that same number and just keep in mind that it does vary. So that in mind, all these shirts, 5 shirts, 12 to 15, on the low end, $60, on the high end, $75. So like I said, over $100 value, bullshit. That's not true at all. It's not the case. And this is a $40 box. Why is this box so expensive? When I heard about this box coming out, I thought, you know, I might try it. It's not that much money. And then I saw it's $40 and I'm like, fuck no. No way. That's way too much money. $40 for these shirts, for like half of which I don't even like, that are just okay on quality. I'd rather take that same amount of money, buy shirts that I actually picked out and love that fit me perfectly for the same price. Like, why am I giving money to these people to pick out randoms of decent quality shirts that are just okay and half of which I don't like? Like, what's the point of that? Who would do that? And keep in mind that you can go, if you aren't into like super fitted shirts, you just wear the unisex ones, you can go to Walmart with designs on them that are way more badass than these. Walmart actually has really cool designs on them. The quality of the shirt's just not that great. But if you don't care, you don't wear fitted shirts, then go for it. Pay $7.50 and get more shirts for less than that. Like, it's crazy to pay that much. It's a stupid amount to pay. So I'm just not for that at all. And the funny thing is, the Shirt Punch company, they actually make tank tops in most of their shirts. When you go to their website, you can pick male, unisex, female, or tank top. And that's cool. If I had the option, if I could say like, hey, give me a shirt with just tank tops, I actually might order this box because I love tank tops. It's always sunny in Southern California. I'm never cold here. It just doesn't get that cold here ever. So I'm always wearing tank tops, and I work at a gym, so it's like I'm always wearing them, and I like cool designs on them. So I don't know why they don't give that option. That's such a waste when they can just, they print their own shirts, they can print it on whatever. Why not just give the option? You can pick fitted or not fitted. Why not just give a third option of tank top? Or even say, like, and leave a comment like, hey, I like tank tops. Maybe throw one in. Or maybe do half and half or something like that. It's just a waste. Why wouldn't they? That seems like a bad business move to not do that. So, Nerdbox probably watching, because every time I give them advice, they follow up with it and do it 2 months later. So I hope they do that. If they do, I honestly might consider getting this box, because I would genuinely love that. And with tank tops, you don't have to worry about the fit as much, because you don't have to worry about the sleeves, you don't have to worry about the neck. It just has to be long enough and about the right width, and that's it. It's so much easier to fit them for people. And it's not for everyone, but you would get to pick and choose. And I wish boxes would do that too. I would totally get tank tops all the time. So after that rant, so we have a 60 on the low end, 75 on the high. But again, I would definitely rate it towards the lower end at 60, and maybe even lower. Because if I gave these shirts a $10 value, which that's more deserving for these quality shirts, it would only be $50, which is $10 more than you paid for, which is crazy. So you're really only getting about 50% more than you paid for, and chances are you're not liking 50% of those shirts because there's such a wide spectrum. It would be impossible for one person to like all those shirts all the time. So I would say don't do this. As far as a rating, I'm giving this a 4.5 out of 10. Didn't have good value. Quality was okay. Designs were, some of them were okay, but even the best ones in here were just okay. And then the ones in there I would never wear. And I don't think I could ever sell them. I don't think anyone will want them. So, my personal opinion, I would say avoid this box. I wouldn't waste my time with it. It's too expensive. It's too much risk. It's too random. You don't get to pick a lot of the things. You don't get to pick genres you like. Like, it's too much. They're giving you their clearance shit. They're giving you shit they can't sell. Don't waste your time with this block. And honestly, that's what I said even before I got it. And I couldn't have been more right about it. So don't waste your time. Take your $40, go to Walmart or go to Target. Target has decent fitting shirts of decent quality with cool designs on them. Or go to Hot Topic. Wait till they have things on clearance, or wait till they have hot cash. Shirts are 50% off. You get this awesome Spider-Man shirt for $10 too. You can get shirts that you know you love because you picked them out, that are great fitting because you got to try them on. You don't waste any money. You don't have to wait for shipping and all that shit. You don't have to pay for shipping. You get exactly what you want, perfect quality all the time. Do it yourself. That's the best advice I can give you. Don't waste your time with this. Anyway, this has been Shirt Blog. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think about the box. If there is anyone out there that loves it, if there's anyone out there that's ordering it, I haven't seen it. But yeah, let's talk about it in the comments. So, this has been Shirt Blog. 4.5 out of 10. Various scores on all the shirts. Quality, 6 to 7. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. Love y'all. Peace.